Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is NBL Free Agency Market Watch. Another day in the books, another 3 signings, and a couple of young guns as well to be introduced into NBL 21. Liam Santa Maria, Homicide. What up, boys?
What's going on?
And let's start with Dane Pineau, because last year he was a revelation. He really had a good NBL 1 year and turned that into a starting centre spot at South East Melbourne Phoenix. 8 points, 8 rebounds a game. It's a little complicated, but essentially a 1-year extension means he's now got a 3-year deal still at South East Melbourne Phoenix. You love him, Homicide. I'm not sure if it's his hustle, his energy, or his wristbands. Either way, it's a good fit for that team, and great news with the announcement.
Definitely, hard work pays off. Great effort he gave the whole season. Didn't know he was going to start, but he gave all he could, and it was enough to lock in the tail end of the contract and get him an extension. So great re-signing and extension for him as well as the club.
Yeah, I agree. It's a win-win for both sides. And, you tip your hat to Dane and how well he played, the hard work that he's put in. And also, you got to tip your hat to my man, Tom McGreer, because Dane Pineau was kind of on the scrap heap last off-season. And he went out and found a guy that is a bona fide NBL player now. And you can lock him in if you need him to play minutes and do a good job. So great result all round.
I did see your article, though. You don't believe he'll start. Now, we sort of spoke about this last year when they released Keith Benson. They rolled with him as the starting centre. But you think he'll be a backup this year with an import centre?
I think so. Yeah, that's what I understand that they're looking to do. That's what they were going to do at the start of last season. It didn't work out. But I think they're gonna try and do that again. Import 1, import 5, Glidden, Tarangi, Creek, and then pretty good bench. You
like that, Homicide? Import centre?
Yeah, I like that. I like the fact that Phoenix now know that they have a reliable bench center they can go to. And if he has to start, he's comfortable and has a full year experience playing that role. He was thrown in the fire, and he showed up well. I mean, really think about it. He was supposed to be he was in the lead for most improved, until the second half, the monstrous second half of Will Magnay. So, rightfully so, if you're going to lose, you lose to a guy like Will Magnay, who was sensational. But anyway, enough of Magnay right now. Back to Pineau. I am happy with the role that he has.
Hey, talking about young guns and Melbourne teams, Mason Peatling out of Eastern Washington gave us a 54-point game last year, averaged 17 and 8 boards, and he signed a 3-year deal at Melbourne United. The first as a development player. He'll then go and of course, play the next 2 as a contracted player. And Liam Santa Maria, Jacob Wiley, a man out of Eastern Washington who played a year with Mason Peatling, and we know so well here from Adelaide 36ers fame, tweeted today he'll be the best power forward in the NBL once this deal is done. High praise from a man who knows what the league's about.
Yeah, we tweeted that a little while ago. But
what? Okay.
And speaking of a little while, I think it might take a little while longer than the length of this deal. But this kid certainly has the potential to get there. He really does. And these deals, first-year DP, and then guaranteed to advance to the roster beyond that, they're the quiet deals that sneak under the radar. But a lot of times they're the kids that are, certain talents, and the Breakers have signed Galloway to that kind of deal because he's going to be a real player in this league. Who's just finished one of those types of deals? Will Magnay. When the Bullets signed him, it flew totally under the radar, and 3 years later, he's an absolute star of the league. So keep your eyes on this kid, Mason Peatling. Not going to have a big impact this year. I see a little bit of Dusty Reichart in the way he plays and in his ability to kind of get to the right spots for finishes. And he might not have this kind of ceiling, but a little bit of a young Nick Kay as well in the way he goes about his business. So I think Melbourne United have got a good one in this kid.
All right, noted. Follow Jacob Wiley on Twitter so I know when he tweets. Done. Hey, it does say a lot for the program, though, Homicide, because Liam wrote in his article on nbl.com.au, there was a couple of teams interested. One was going to give him a fully fledged contracted player or roster spot from next year. So Melbourne were able to get him as a DP for that first year, even though other teams were like, come play with us full-time from next year as a rostered player.
Definitely. First of all, look, to sign with Melbourne United, with the talent and experience that they have on the roster already, he's going to learn fast. There's a lot of championship-winning caliber players that play at his position, so that's great for him and his young, obviously, rookie season starting as a pro. Second of all, what I love about him already, without even seeing anything on him, is his confidence.
Mm-hmm.
He straight up and down said he's going to be the best power forward in the league. I love that. So I love what Quatnoy said it last year. But we're not talking about Quatnoy. We're talking about this young fella right here. So good luck to him, and just continue the hard work, because it's a long, tough road ahead of you. So, good luck with it all.
I'm loving the fact that you're saying things about other players then stopping yourself like someone else is talking about someone else. I love your energy tonight, Homicide. Keep it 100%, fam.
And just to clarify, Mason Peatling's actually got his boy Jacob Wiley out there saying those things about him. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
I think behind the scenes, he might be saying it, telling him to tweet it. So at least the pressure's not on him. So I'm going to roll with that one, right? I'm going to just go on and make that up, Leo.
Hey, the Hawks have been able to get another signature as well. Isaac White out of Stanford was about to be a senior at college and was actually transferring. But in the end, the way 2020 and the whole pandemic and the uncertainty around collegiate sport sees him back. The South Australian back in Australia, but at the Hawks. Tell us a little bit about this backup. We expect backup point guard, Liam.
6'2" combo guard, absolute marksman. I wrote today 75% of his field goal attempts in his 3 years at Stanford were from beyond the arc. A little bit of Cam Luke.
Young
about
fella.
the way this guy goes about his
my heart. Let it fly, young man.
The thing that separates him from Cam Luke, though, Corey,
Yep.
he hit on 41% of those bad boys.
Hey, same numbers. Mine were just the other way around.
It's going to be interesting to see how he goes at the NBL level and what he's able to do, whether he's going to be able to come in and show that he has the ability to handle the ball, doesn't have great size for the shooting guard position at the pro level, and hasn't really established himself to show that he can be a point guard that can lead a team. Now, part of the reason for moving to Cal Baptist at the start of this year for his senior year was to try to show that. So he has the belief that he can get that done. Brian Goorjian obviously has belief that he can get some things done and can be a threat for them. So really interested to see how he transitions into the pros.
I'm going to make a prediction, Homicide, that you are going to love it. There'll be a game that you're commentating in NBL 21. He's going to come on. He's going to be scrappy. He's going to knock some threes down, and you're going to lose your mind at least once in a Hawks game this year.
And I'm going to say, Liam, you're right. He does knock them down better than Cam. I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. Obviously, he's a marksman, 40% from the land of plenty, played at Stanford. Again, a young Aussie talent, learning under Goorjian. You cannot go wrong with the type of experience that coach and confidence that coach should give you. So I look forward to him learning. And if nothing else, he could be a floor spacer as well.
That'll be the big thing as well. Hashtag NBL Overtime Free Agency Market wants to get involved anytime you like. A little bit of news. Anything else player-wise? A little bit of news around with Scott Roth, who came in late. I've got highly credentialed, of course, to the Perth Wildcats last year, filled that assistant coaching role, and reports are that he's going to be back with the Perth Wildcats as they try to go 3 in a row. So huge coup, and not only with his knowledge and experience, but also with the context he has, because been around G League, been around the NBA for a little while. So to be able to bring him back in is a way to be able to tap in not just to his knowledge, but to his contact list as well, Liam.
Yeah, guy has a great resume. I mean, over the course of his career as a scout and assistant coach, he spent time with 9 different NBA teams, as well as a whole bunch of G League teams all over the globe. And we wondered who was going to fill that void of Adam Ford and Matt Nielsen on that bench. And I'm told he was really influential on that team last year as a guy that players could go to, talk to, and they're going to be really happy to have him back.
All right. Hashtag NBL Overtime Free Agency Market Watch. Homicide, any last words to lead us into a big weekend?
There's a lot of stuff going on. We haven't seen Perth make a big move yet outside of Blanchfield. I don't know anything because no one tells me anything. However, despite all the stuff we're saying, we cannot discount the Perth Wildcats. They always wait. They're not in any rush, but I think they got something big that they're going to do.
No better words to lead you into the weekend because we all agree. Hashtag NBL Overtime Free Agency Market Watch.
The hashtag is crazy.